Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner, where purpose meets power, and of course, where conversation creates change. And today we are honored to shine a bright light on a man who's truly making a difference right here in our community this week. He's been to bring a strong message. We want to welcome Mr. Percy Glover. I messed up your name there, Percy. But you know what? He is recognized a leader here that's showing so many things that I think that we need. His unwavering commitment to uplifting each other, bringing people together. And I noticed that from the first moment he walked in the door. Percy is more than a name. He's a voice for the community, engagement, empowerment. His work speaks volumes through community outreach. And I can even tell by the way he greets others that the advocacy, the mentorship that he possesses with the youth, that engagement is deep. It's an involvement in civic initiatives that truly matter. When you hear him today, you're going to want to pick up on some of these things that he's going to be pouring out because it's so easy, he's so positive. What makes the impact even more powerful is the ability to move our community from crisis to collaboration, creating spaces where solutions are born, voices are heard, and lives are transformed. This morning, I want you to grab that cup of coffee, sit there, be still, as we're talking and working toward a mission, a movement behind the man. Please help me welcome Mr. Percy Glover.
Ooh, thank you so much, Sonshine. That was one introduction. I really appreciate you. Not only do I appreciate you, I so appreciate the Pensacola community. Everyone has been so nice. Everybody has been so welcoming. Everyone has been so considering, thoughtful, engaging. Man, it's been
It comes
great.
from you.
Yeah, does it? I'm just being myself.
You walked in the door. We had never met. But when you walked in the door, you brought that with you. It's the way you even greeted. Good morning. I mean, even when people pass, good morning. Hi, I'm Percy. That's how you enter a room.
Yes, definitely.
And you brought that in, and I always say, whatever you bring in is what's going to show and going to flow. And you possess that, and you share that. You put a smile on my face because I was not smiling at first.
Well, thank you so much.
No doubt about it. And I just want to say this. The purpose and your journey. Tell me about who Percy Glover is behind the title.
Okay.
Talk to me about that person.
Yes, ma'am. So I am a former.
Yes, it'll be fine.
I'm a formerly incarcerated person that spent more than a decade in prison.
Right.
I've been out going on 24 years now. And fast forward to who I am today, I am just an embracer of people. You know, when you say talk about own the moment, it's really what you give others that makes a difference in the world. When I was released almost 24 years ago, it was challenging because back then there were no resources. There were no opportunities for employment. A lot of people entered that revolving door of recidivism because they couldn't find a job, they couldn't find outlets to take care of themselves, so they did all of the bad things to find an income.
Exactly.
I've been blessed with the opportunity to work in some very unique capacities. I worked in law enforcement. I was executive director in community engagement at the Genesee County Sheriff's Office. I transitioned last year, but it will always be a place that I hold dear to my heart.
Of course.
I was a non-traditional law enforcement agent. I didn't do custody in the jail. I didn't do arrest in the community. I always say very seriously and very humorously, my job was to take lemons and make lemonade. What does that mean?
I love it.
That means we don't see moments in Black and brown communities that look like George Floyd, that looks like a Breonna Taylor.
Exactly.
You know, it was me being a cog in a machine to help with race relations, community relations with law enforcement and the community, and bridge that gap and help with those conversations that we deem as tough when they're really not tough. It's just we're not having the conversations. And addressing those fearful moments that feel like it will all be bad when if we just go into a conversation with an open heart and an open mind and say, let me get the other person's perspective and understand from there, it's always gonna be okay. We can grow together.
Exactly.
Yes.
You said something about how do you put those two together now? Back then, when there were not many resources, and now the resources are being cut. Think about that.
Yes, definitely. So over the last year or so, we've seen so many federal cuts coming from DC, and that's across the spectrum. You know, that's not just people returning to the community after jail and prison. That's across the spectrum. You know, I always look at the moment of this is happening, that's not necessarily positive, but what is still positive?
Right.
We look at that, and that's what we build on.
Right.
Does the cuts impact us all? 100%.
Yes.
100%. But where are still some non-traditional funny outlets that we can access that are still can be drivers for all of the positive things and positive work we do?
Absolutely.
You know, you look at the good things. You know, you have to understand the things that are a little tough, but you have to really, in those moments, embrace the greatness and the good things that's still happening.
Exactly, because there are things that are going to confront us that we got to learn to be able to handle anyway.
Got to adjust.
Because we cannot
We have
change
to adjust.
it. We can't change
we have
it.
to adjust.
When it's defined in a moment that's called when it's leadership, when you give your story and you tell, I believe God allows certain things to happen for a reason.
Of course.
And when there's reason behind it, that you hold on to that no matter what.
Of course.
When you look at defining the moment when it like it is today, and with the message that you're sharing, and with you being the advocate for the community that you are, do you see a huge impact of where it's happening even during your travel?
Of course. You know, a lot of times, you know, we'll be in our own community and we'll think, well, Michigan has it a little better.
Right.
You'll be in Michigan and Michigan will be saying, well, Florida has it a little better. When, especially for urban communities, it's all these same struggles across the country.
Exactly.
Youth gun violence is high in Flint in the same way it's high in Detroit, Michigan, in the same way it's high in St. Louis, Chicago, and all these other places. You know, that's just one example to say, you know, we all are combating pretty much the same things.
Exactly.
So when you look at it and look at it with the greatness of all of the beautiful things that's happening, yes, 100%. The great things I do in Michigan can be shared in Florida.
Right.
The great things that happen in Florida can be shared in Michigan. And I say all the time, when we are in a great state like Florida, when we're in a great state like Michigan, when we work across city and county lines, we have a healthier and more prosperous Florida.
Right.
We have a healthier and more prosperous Michigan when we work across city and county lines. But guess when we work together across state lines, we have a healthier and more prosperous country.
I agree.
And when we are addressing all of the tough moments and tough aspects that sometimes life gives us, we have a more beautiful place across the board. That's simple.
What the things, the passion that I see and that I hear in you, what really shapes that for the community for you, coming from you?
So I'll first start with my mom. My mom had me when she was 20. So she was relatively young and she didn't talk a lot. I believe probably because she was young. But one of the things she always told me, she said, if you see something needs to be done, just do it. Just do it. She said, if you see something that needs to be done, just do it. So I've always been a person that just held on to that. And when I see a moment that can shape somebody else's energy, that shapes their trajectory towards success, I'll do what I can to support it.
Absolutely.
And that's 100% regardless of where I am, whether I'm in Ohio, Michigan, Florida, wherever.
Right. When you hear the things that we're talking about, because what we're searching for now is change, with things that's be transparent. It's pretty, we see what's going on in this country.
Of course.
And with that umbrella that you're carrying with you everywhere to let that light truly shine. And when we talk about our brown communities, how can you put that positivity that you possess in them when we see what's been pointed toward our communities? How do you continue to flow with that to get them to the level where you are?
You know, there is most times impossible to have a blanketed approach for all people all the time. You really have to, and this may sound, redundant or whatever, but you really have to meet people where they are,
right.
but also communicate specifically to that individual,
right.
to what's going on with that person internally, that builds them, that shapes their success and greatness externally. You know, what I give one person may not be the same things that a Sonshine needs.
I got you.
What I give Sonshine may not be the same thing that this person needs.
Right.
So it really takes all of us to do a keen listening to understand the individual, to actually support what that individual needs.
I got you. What keeps you motivated?
Oh man, it depends. I love to fish. So I love to fish. That's
you
one
don't
of the,
look like a fisherman.
I'm definitely a fisherman. I love to fish.
With the worm?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Worm, lures, cut bait, yeah, everything. Yeah, I'm one of those fishermen. I'll use, probably for you, it probably sounds gross, leeches, maggots, crickets, shrimp, depending on what I'm fishing for, everything.
Really?
Yes. That's one of my passions that I enjoy leisurely, for fun. That always keeps me excited. What keeps me going, life moment wise, you're so tickled by you're so tickled.
No, I got you. I'm in my mind, I had this thing, a visual. You're putting the worm on the hook.
Nah, that's the Alabama, because you know, you've seen it a time or two. Dad did it. Yeah, you've seen it a time or two for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But you let me know that your, I'll say that your core, that your core is real. You know, if you can talk about that worm going on that hook.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I mean, that's you know, my father did that.
Really? Yeah.
And the fact of it is, you see, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk to people who do not cover them, this is why he's so successful in doing what he does. When I can't get over the fact of what I felt when you walked in the door.
Oh my.
I mean, it was such a positiveness that I received from you when you walked in the door. And see, this is what we should practice doing with everybody. Everybody should possess that. Because what that energy you gave me caused me to even relax more to talk to you. It's our first time, so you allow me to feel comfortable leaning over, talk about that worm.
That's our job in life, though.
Come on.
To support others.
Come on.
To give it to others.
Come on. I mean, it's
life is not about what you hold and keep for yourself. Life is about what you give away.
Exactly.
100%. It's about what you give away.
You said a mouthful there. Whatever you put out there, what you give.
It's a boomerang. It comes back.
It comes back to you. Just like planting that seed.
That's right.
It's going to grow. Harvest time is coming.
That's right. That's
Whether
right.
you plant a good one or a bad one.
That's right.
It's
100%.
coming back. Real work happening in the community. When I say real work, addressing real needs, the housing, the safety, resources, support. In your line, and coming from Detroit, Michigan, Flint. What's the difference you see from just here in Pensacola? Is there a difference that you picked up on since you've been here?
Well, one thing for sure is Pensacola, like a lot of southern states, that's southern hospitality. You know, that's different.
Okay.
You know, sometimes up north, depending on where you are, you don't have that same level of, I don't want to say naturalness, but you have a little bit more of a hesitation for people to speak. You know, where here, at the very least, if you speak to someone, they're going to speak back. Okay,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you put it out there, it's coming back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes.
Yeah. You know, but you know, in some areas of northern parts across the country, you put it out there, it may not come back to you.
Right, exactly.
But that's one of the things that we can't be discouraged about, because that's planting a seed. So if I speak to someone today and they didn't speak back, that's okay.
Exactly.
Because I planted the seed, so when they have the next encounter with the next person, they'll be more apt to say, hello, good morning.
Yeah.
So maybe they didn't speak back, but planting that seed, planted that seed for that energy for them to open up to the next person, or maybe the person after that, those are the pieces. And when you ask me what keeps me motivated is, I know I'll have no control over if and how quickly the plant or flower grows.
I hear you.
But I have control over planting the seed.
There you go.
And if I plant the seed, I know it's going to grow.
You've done your part.
I've done my part. I've done my part.
Exactly.
I can't always have control over if it rains today, if it doesn't rain, if the sun is out, if the sun is not out.
Right.
But I planted the seed. And I know over a period of time, we have a blossoming flower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How would you finish this sentence? If I could change the world today, it would be?
If I could change the world today, it would be to put a smile on everybody's face. What that looked like would be different from person to person, but if I could put a smile on everybody's face, because it is the influencer. It is the energy. Martin Luther King Jr. says, the greatest weapon against hate is love.
Thank you.
If I can give everyone in this country, in this world, the ability to enjoy a smile that is infectious, that travels. I heard a minister from the Nation of Islam say a couple of Sundays ago, he said, words just don't stay words. It does something.
Exactly.
So if you put something out there, it's going to grow into something else. And what you say, it grows into something else. So we have to be mindful in our responsibility of saying, you know what, I'm gonna say good things. Because I wanna feed my community the good things for my community to be healthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll tell you. And you know, he said something that what Dr. King said, because it's so true. Hatred is too hard.
Love is easy.
Love is so easy.
And it feels right.
It feels good.
Right, yeah.
I mean, hatred is so hard.
It don't feel good.
It does not feel good at all, person.
At all.
I mean,
all.
we can sit, don't take me there today.
Right.
Look, we got to go to break. When we come back now, please feel free to be a part of this conversation. He is got such positive energy. 850-432-7768. That's the number you can call or text right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Hey.
For 75 years, we've been caring for families, creating jobs, and working to build a healthier community. This is your home, and ours too. We're honored to be the trusted partner in your care. Baptist Healthcare, here for you then, now, and always.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Step into your hometown boot store right here in Pensacola, Florida. The largest selections of Western boots and attire, including our own style of custom Anderson bean. The boot store also carries a great selection on workwear from boots to fire-resistant clothing. When you're looking for authentic wear, accompanied with authentic service, show up at your hometown boot store where you're more like family than you are a customer. And remember, the savings and selection are found behind the big red boot.
I'm Kathy Holsworth, Artistic Director at Pensacola Little Theater. Join me on the first Monday of every month at 7 p.m. for the Center Stage, where me and my artistic friends talk about all things on the stage and at the Clark Family Cultural Center. Join us, won't you?
Early detection saves lives. The Florida Department of Health and Escambia County's Regional Florida Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program is hosting a mobile mammography event on Tuesday, April 14th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Santa Rosa County Health Department at 5527 Stewart Street in Milton. Free or low-cost mammograms will be provided to eligible women 40 to 64 who do not have health insurance and have low income. Walk-ins are welcome. To see if you qualify, call 850-316-2706.
And welcome back to a conversation that you can certainly be a part of. This is Sunshine's Corner. We welcome Mr. Percy Glover. He is talking so from the heart. And the seeds, the growth, what you can do, how we as a people should look upon one another. You know, because we're all God's people. Now, building trust with people. When you just telling me that the number of people you all had when you spoke with Civicon, that around close to 100 people were registered.
Yep, definitely.
But when you're building trust, when you're out in the, how do you do that from community to community? To see the things that are happening now when there's so little trust that's in effect with our people today. I'm talking across the board. What is your secret to building that trust?
So it's a combination of things, but one thing for sure, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. We have to understand that it's our responsibility at times to do a little bit more listening than talking. When you are engaging a community for the first time, you have to listen.
Right.
Because yes, we have our own expertise, experiences, special understanding, but we can't spread those things to a new community if we first haven't listened and understood the community. You know, that's the piece right there.
Right.
And going back to, like I said, my mom said, you see something that needs to be done, do it.
That's
Part
right.
of that job is giving people the energy for them to create hope, for them to create the belief, for them to be able to create the comfort and want to engage, which will be, again, different from individual to individual. If I'm hesitant in sharing my energy, guess what comes back to me? People will be hesitant to share their energy.
Absolutely.
And we've all had our moments in life. We've all had our challenges. It's also not to judge anyone,
Right.
because we don't know how a person got there.
That's right.
We don't know what a person is going through. A very critical question that we can ask people that is the second piece to typically how we engage with people. You first say hello, hi. The next question typically is how you doing? I've had moments in life where, hey, how you doing? And the person broke down and started crying because things were that bad. Now, I could have looked at it as a moment like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
Or look at it as a moment that, how can I support and help? And sometimes we look at it and think it's too much for us. It might be, but God didn't put you in front of this person for no reason.
I agree with that.
You might just be the cog in the machine to offer the service or the connection to the next person that helps this person. You might not be the saver. You might not be the savior.
That's right.
But you could be the resource to say, you know what? This is not my field of expertise. But doctor, lawyer, advocate, social worker, police officer, judge, friend, ex-classmate could be one of the people that could support.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's also about being a resource.
I agree, and you know, it doesn't matter. I'll say this too, because I often tell people when a person asks you, "How are you?" If you're not okay, don't say, "Oh, I'm fine," because that's the
funny.
That's the what you're gonna get. Oh, I'm fine. No, you're not. And you never know when or who you run into, what that person going through, how it can affect them with that infectious smile that you have, with that infectious hello that you have. What's that's going to do for another
It
person?
could change somebody's life.
Change their entire life. What the young people today, and I see that you work with a lot of young people
Yes, ma'am.
that's possibly been incarcerated, or you want to stop, you can prevent them from going that way. Is there a heavy barrier to get through to them? What's the most thing that they fight with that they don't want to?
You would think yes, but it's not complicated. You know, I do a mentoring program at a school in Flint, Michigan. The school is Northridge Academy.
Okay.
And the name of the mentoring program is Focus, Friends of Children Under the System.
Okay.
And I came up with Focus primarily because when you look at system and things systemically, that could be poverty, that could be juvenile system, school system, it could be whatever system that we we strategically direct the curriculum to that, whatever that struggle or that struggle is within that system, whether it's economics,
Gotcha.
whether it's arrest, whether again it's a detention or jail. We make it specific to that right there, to that category of whatever's going on. But when you look at how we communicate with young people, surprisingly, young people want to be engaged. The fear of being judged, the fear of and discomfort and uncomfort of not having a voice and being heard, the discomfort in only being lectured and not being able to communicate for themselves, those are the type of things that make young people hesitant to talk. Not that they don't want to talk.
Right.
Not that it's difficult for them to talk.
Right.
We haven't nurtured a comfortable place for them to release.
Do you see whereas, okay, like when we want them to open up to talk, but has that become a level of disrespect when you see some kids how they talk to adults? Can that be an issue? Let's say if there's a broken home, if there's a child without a father that's in the house, and that child has something on the inside that they want to just they want to let it out. Is it that when that child wants to talk to somebody, but it's the way that they talk? I still believe in respect adults.
Of course.
I still believe in a child being in a child's place. I don't agree with, now hear what I'm saying. I see now this is 2026, yes it is. But I believe the foundation of raising a child is the same. I don't believe because we have advanced that a child should advance to a level to act as if they think they're an adult with an adult. But you're still my child.
Of course.
How do we get that level of respect? I think, believe if we have our children with the more of the respect, then that will be a level that we can talk even more. But if you're gonna come with me with disrespect, I'm gonna put you in your place. How do you handle that?
So you have to get, I'll give you a good example. We have a grandparent that is 32.
Come on with it, you hit my,
32 years old.
it's not like my grandmama.
We have a grandparent that is 32.
And the mama.
So you're talking about, so between the grandparent and the parent, there's only like a 15-year age
if
difference.
that far.
Right, there's like a 15-year age difference. So I am so close in proximity of, as a grandparent, to my son who has a 1-year-old that is so, is
Grandmama's still hanging out.
From us and our perspective and how we communicate, it's different for us. For them, it's not because they're so much closer in age. So when the young person is so close in age to the parent, they don't see what we see. And it's not necessarily that they're being disrespectful, it's just they don't see it from our perspective. They don't see saying, "What's up, bruh?" as a disrespectful thing. Because my dad is only 15 years older than me.
Right. But what do we do but Percy, how do we get that done? And I'm glad you said that because I often bring that analogy up because when my grandmother had on an apron,
Because she was more of a traditional age.
She was a grandmother.
Of course.
But now, how do we get to the point to understand that, you know, grandma still want to go out and party when the daughter want to go out and party and they end up in the same club? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I think, how do we work these things out to stop, give me the right word, how do we get these things so that we won't have to say that they don't understand, but respect is respect. So therefore there's a mission in there that's linked, that's missing, that respect has not been taught to grandma who's 32. You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So therefore, as grandma don't have any respect to pass on to the 15-year person under her, what about that grandson?
So we have,
my Lord.
So this is how we define it. So we could define it as a disrespectful thing. We could define it in a way that the understanding is different. That feels like disrespect. We can define it in a way because the nurturing has been different. It feels like disrespect. But for them, it's not always disrespect because they've been nurtured differently in a way that is not the way we were nurtured when we were growing up.
Right. So what's that link then, person, that we got to get to?
It's simple. Just come together and just listen.
Right.
Just talk.
Come on, Kingdom One.
Be around each other.
I gotcha.
Be in spaces with each other. Let it organically and naturally flow because I asked the young person, hey, come on the show with me. Let's talk about it.
Right.
Let's have a conversation here. I then went to understand for the young person that I'm not the threat. So I went to the gym. Obviously, I don't play basketball anymore, but I came as a spectator, as a supporter.
I got you.
I came to an area where they were comfortable.
Right.
And finding the spaces to be able to have the conversation is important.
I got you.
So we just gotta have the conversation. Just engage.
I agree with you. I agree with that engagement. What is the most difficult, the biggest challenge you find right now in our community?
The biggest challenge, we're talking about urban for
I'm talking about across the board.
Black and brown communities, the biggest challenge is economics.
Okay.
Almost 60% of Black America lives in poverty.
Yeah.
For a community that represents 14% of the country, how almost the overwhelming number of us are poor. That is the root piece to every systemic problem that we have dealt with for the last 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Why?
Because there's a piece in there, that's a piece of this puzzle.
So one of my degrees is in social work. And I read in one of my social work books, in one of my social work classes, that said social work is developed in a way for people to live in a ditch, not to be able to ever pull themselves out of that ditch. So governmentally, systemically, things have been conditioned in a way for Black and brown people to live in poverty. Unless we 100% eradicate those systems and redevelop them to develop equity across the board for all people, these things still continue to exist.
They exist, and this is the point I'm talking to you right about now, Percy, is when we know that these things are that way, even with the with the DEI that's being touched on nowadays, they were trying to remove that, and they said that was strictly for the urban community, which is wrong. How is it that with that unequalness, when you're out talking to these young people, that we can get them to understand that when you get your degrees, when you go to school, do what you got to do to be who you need to be. But how is that we get them overlook these disparities that are happening, the unequalness that's going on, that will keep them from retaliating in a way that they shouldn't?
So I'll give you a good example. We had a mental health day in one of the quote unquote projects in Flint.
Okay.
And one of the young, well, I don't want to say young, but one of the gentlemen who resided in this community said, "I'm okay. What you see as hell is my heaven."
Oh, really?
Think about what he said. He said, "I'm okay. What you see as hell is my heaven." People have been so conditioned to deal with what and where they are that they don't see where they are as problematic.
Okay.
Now, this particular project type community, very dangerous, very impoverished, no resources, what you would see in any project type community anywhere across the country. The community that still reside there, a lot of them have grown up there, the parents live there, maybe their grandparents have lived there. They have been conditioned to think and understand to survive in an area that actually is not really healthy. They don't have, some of these apartments don't have curtains. You go in some of the apartment complex houses, you walk through the front door, they don't have furniture, they don't have food. They've been so conditioned to say, I'm okay surviving like this. I'm okay.
I hear you.
And then when you look at all things systemically for Black people, we have been conditioned and unknown to us because it's now conditioned to a point that is internal. We feel like this is okay. It's not okay for one of the wealthiest countries in the world to have a population of people that are 60% are poor.
Exactly. And I want to add to that, because ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go to break, but let me say this. When we talk about this, and we're talking about this community that are disparities, we're talking about the brown communities, but what is focused on, what you hear in the media mostly is focused on is our brown communities, when in the white communities it's the same thing. It is the same thing.
They have a lot of the same struggles.
The same struggles, but they just don't focus on that.
But that's one of those systemic things that
they don't
in
focus.
media,
it takes it and focuses it on the darker community.
Right.
Because some of them are even lesser than what it is in the Black community. We'll be back and talk about it more. Please be a part of this conversation, 850-432-7768, right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner, where conversation creates change. And of course, when purpose meets power, those are two entities that we really need. Somebody want to say hi to you. We got a call, Percy.
Hey, yes, we like calls.
Let's see what's up. Good morning.
Hey, Queen, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful, love. How about you?
I am going to borrow from Kingdom Walk. I am blessed and dealing with the rest.
Come on now.
He won't mind me. He won't mind me borrowing that. That's
No,
my man.
I don't
He won't
think he
mind
will.
me.
I don't think he will.
Yeah. Okay. But really learning a lot from your guests. I had two comments in regards to the last question in terms of poverty and people's condition. And the first point I have on that is the self-image. Self-image, I believe, has a lot to do with what we accomplish or don't accomplish. Meaning that if I think that I am nothing, as the scripture says, a person thinketh, so are they.
All right.
If I have been brought up and trained to think that I am nothing, to think that I don't have value, to think that I am less than, then I will tend to accept my condition. Once my self-image is changed and improved, then I will move to get a better condition. And I won't accept a poor condition. So I think self-image has a lot to do with it, even across racial lines, because even some of our Caucasian brothers and sisters have a low self-image as well.
They do.
People who generally have a higher self-image, they're just going to find a way. They just feel as though within their mind and soul that they deserve certain things.
I got you.
Or they deserve a certain condition. Now, the second problem, I think, is those of us who are in a particular condition sometimes are waiting on someone to ride in on a white horse to save us. This is one of the challenges. This is one of the problems that holds us back, is that we're waiting on someone else outside of us to improve us.
That's right.
And so my question is, what do they have to get out of it making your condition better? They don't have very little unless they're trying to get your vote or something like that. They don't have a lot to get out of it. So we ourselves, those of us in these conditions, have to take it upon ourselves to change our condition and not sit around waiting on the big white daddy or somebody to come in and save us.
Exactly.
So those 2 points, Sunshine, those 2 issues, I think, will help to solve the problem.
I agree.
I'm going to hang up and listen.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sister. Take care. Love both of you.
Thank you.
Love.
So, have a good
Bye-bye.
one.
All right.
And
okay.
I mean, he makes some great points. Image and looking for that savior. Come on, talk about that.
You know, so I've heard the comedian Mike Epps say this, and I recently saw a reel where the rapper Ice-T said this. He said, you know, I'm comfortable. I have all the money that I need to do whatever I would like to do in life. He said, having $1 billion is just ego. He said, because it's impossible for me to spend $1 billion. I'm working towards $1 billion. That should be with the goal to give it back to somebody else. Because if he or anybody else was able to obtain that much money, guess what happens when he transitions? It goes to somebody else.
Thank you.
So you're working to develop other people's money without a real intent or intentional plan to give it away that is going to be going to somebody else anyway.
Right. So you think that just his image he was talking about, that because he could get $1 billion because he is rich and all got all this monies?
So it goes back to what the gentleman said, that, you know, you have to find an internal tick within inside of you to say, oh, let me figure it out. Let me do what I can. But also for those that just sometimes can't figure it out, whether it's developmental issues, whether it's cognitive issues, whether it's understanding, educational learning disability. You just have some that in a challenge just need support.
Right.
And we've gotten away from those days where people were looking back to pull somebody up with them.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go right ahead.
So is finding a balance and being able to say, you know what, this person just needed a word to say, go get it, you got it. This person needed a little bit more. This person needed a lot bit more.
Right.
But the natural innate of what we have as people, all we usually need is just a little push. Because that's how we are developed.
Right.
We can always figure it out. It's in us.
Right.
But sometimes in how things have been conditioned for us, that we fall into a place to accept in certain things, a lot of times for us, we just need just a little nudge. Not even a lot, just like, Sunshine, you got this.
I hear you. And I agree with this, because when you said this, I almost said King Walker. I mean, Hassan. But it's like this. It's like some people, when you use the analogy of Ice Cube. Ice-T,
I'm sorry, Ice-T.
Was talking about the fact that if he had he was going toward $1 billion.
No, what he said, he didn't need $1 billion.
He didn't need $1 billion. Money sometimes, and I think that we got to get away from, sure we are, some of us live in poverty, but the fact of it is, money don't change everything. This is just me talking now. We got to have that inside of us to have that will to change it, then the money, as you get the money. Because sometimes people think that money is happiness. Money can't buy you love.
When passion meets purpose,
Come on
money
now.
usually chase you.
Come on now. What
Money
did you
usually
just say?
When passion meets purpose, money usually chase you.
That's it. It creates change.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying, because I don't want, especially with our younger people, you say that when there is, from a crisis to collaboration. That's one of your topics. Crisis to collaboration. I'm looking at the younger people who are our tomorrow. They are our leaders for tomorrow.
Of course.
So we've got to get them from the crisis state of mind so that they can collaborate to make sure that the things that are happening now won't continue. With that, turning that conflict into cooperation or partnership with leaders, organizations, and citizens. How are we going to get all of them that are going to be our tomorrow to don't just look at this thing as one way, that image that they see, that self-image, and to get that that somebody on the white horse ain't gonna be their savior, that they gotta work hard to get what they want. How are we gonna get that? Somebody else wanna ask you a question. I don't like to keep holding on.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To get that done. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine and Brother Glover.
Good morning. Good morning.
Time is short. Your mother, you mentioned several times that your mother said, when you see something that needs to be done, just do it. And for me, that meant taking out the garbage, washing the dishes, and sweeping the floor. I have heard jail doors slam behind me 3 times in my life, brother. And that was because I made 3 bad decisions. But that I should have been a law-abiding citizen at that time, but that was kind of like a self-incarceration because I put myself there. But incarceration leads to self-liberation. Martin Luther King said, we as a people will get to the promised land. And that he was talking about those of us that believe and understand the power of coming together. That's unity and unification.
That's right.
And very shortly, we need to do what Jesse told us to do now, keep hope alive. And what is hope? H-O-P-E, that's helping other people everywhere.
Yep.
When you do that, you encourage and you ignite faith in other people.
Amen.
God bless you, brother.
Man, I appreciate that so much. That was so powerful. Thank you.
Thank you, Kingdom Walker.
Brother Hossam, I love you, man.
All right now. Thank you, my friend. I mean, these are leaders in our community right here. These people they are such a strong force that keeps that knit going. They care so well and they share their knowledge so that our younger people can grasp on to that, to see that, okay, we make mistakes in life, but we don't have to, as my mother would say, wallow in it.
Don't have to. We
Come
do not
through
have
it.
to.
Build that up to get better. But turning that conflict into cooperation that you talk so strongly about, this is what I'm saying, that we've got to really, really, really pour a lot into our young people. I'm just being real.
Before she retired, the assistant prosecutor for Genesee County, she told me one time, she said, Percy, there's consequences to everything, but they don't always have to be negative.
That's right.
Look at how we can find healing, how we can find structure, how we can find grace, how we can, again, find love to a moment of consequence that doesn't always 100% have to be negative.
Right.
It can be positive. It can be educational. It can be growth.
Right.
It can be learning.
I agree.
It can be for our development.
Right.
There is no such thing as tragedy. With tragedy comes triumph in every scenario.
Most certainly. When you speak of, I want to hear your definition from, what does that mean from crisis collaboration?
It means all of what we see that is chaotic, all that what we see in the community that is disruptive, that leads to exactly what the gentleman said. Hope. H-O-P-E.
That's right.
When we help one another.
Helping other people everywhere.
Look at the word community, calm, communication.
Right.
Second piece, unity. Come together. Engaging in communication that brings us all together.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
Absolutely.
What I give you is a testament that builds me up, that to build you up, to support and give to somebody else.
Come on with it, Percy. Look, we got to go take another break, Percy, but we're going to come back with more. Now, if you would like to have a conversation with us, please, 850-432-7768. We appreciate you right here on Sunshine's Corner.
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
Look at that smile.
And welcome back to the hottest. Stop it.
That smile.
Hey, that picture. Welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sonshine Square. We're having a great conversation with Mr. Percy Glover. Flint,
Michigan.
Michigan in the house.
Michigan. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
But of course, and when you come back, always know you got a seat here.
I will be back soon. I
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you always got a seat here so we can talk about it.
Yes.
And I gotta say, when he has such a magnetic personality. This young lady walked in the door, and you know we're in this inopportune place right here in the middle of the hallway. But when she walked in, it was like, oh, she could tell we were doing something. But the way he received her, she walked past us just bubbling and laughing. Oh, okay, no, I don't want to.
Right.
That's infectious.
100%. 100%.
Because of what you did with her to make her feel comfortable coming across. Now, I'm sure that's how you handle a lot of the young people that you deal with. You pour that into them. To try to get that, what they may be going through.
Of course.
Some of the things that they do. You often speak about moving from the crisis to collaboration. And with the young people today, with the people that you're going in, with the mentorship that you handle, what role does community play in creating a solution beyond the smile, beyond that infectious personality you have? There's got to be a solution that, as a community, that we got to play to get over this hurdle. Was like as Queen Walker said, HOPE with an acronym, helping other people everywhere.
Helping other people everywhere.
How is it? What's our own solution that we got to do in each and every one of our communities? You think that would be a positive thing to help?
So a lot of people always look at giving back as such a daunting responsibility and such a daunting lift because it feels like the work will be beyond my capacity.
Right.
It feels like and looks like the work is beyond my ability to support. When we look at it in the most complicated way, when we need to look at it at the reality for the person in the mirror, meaning if my capacity is to share a post on social media, that's fine, but you're doing something.
I got you.
If it's my responsibility that in my daily journey to give everybody I encounter a warm hello and a smile, that's fine. Not everyone will be in a space to be able to be the philanthropist, be in philanthropy where I gave $1 million to support an organization. Not everybody will be able to volunteer 20 hours a week. Not every person will be able to volunteer every other weekend.
Right.
But we all have the ability to do something.
I agree.
And people sometimes judge themselves feeling like it's not enough. It's plenty because you did your part, and that's all that mattered.
We fit the puzzle, we'll put all the pieces together.
Not every single puzzle piece to the puzzle is exactly the same size.
Right.
Not every single piece of the puzzle shaped exactly the same way.
Absolutely.
That's why it's a puzzle.
Do your part.
That's it. And nobody is judging that. And we have to encourage the people not to judge themselves as they look in the mirror at themselves and say, well, I did this. great. Everything that everybody does is equally great.
Absolutely.
Because I did a little bit more, or I had the capacity to give differently, that doesn't make me better. That doesn't make you less.
I agree.
We all did God's work, and that's all that mattered. We did God's work. As long as we're doing God's work, what did our friends say on the call? Hope.
That's right, helping people everywhere. Helping other people everywhere.
Helping other people everywhere. That's all that matters.
I tell you, he has so many beautiful acronyms. I can't remember them all, but every day he's going to give me something with an acronym that just sticks.
Right.
And he sits there. That's good.
Stuff.
Helping other people everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, that's what hope is, keeping hope alive.
That's it.
I can't believe our time is up.
Man,
we're
that
talking
went by so
hours.
quick.
Went by so quick. I tell you, when you
Just
got
like
a conversation, it went by like that.
And your smile, you brought it out of me.
Oh, come on,
you
man.
brought it out of me. You see, I just came. You brought it out of me.
Look, I was over in the corner. You walked in the door.
Brought it out of me.
I
I appreciate this moment so much. This is so fun. Thank you.
I can't wait till you come back.
I can't wait to come back either.
You know, and I tell you, continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you.
Because I just love that you're
you.
giving out. And whether you receive it back or not right now, you know he's got you.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
continue to do what you're doing. And I thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, Mr. Percy Glover. Yay!
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We have had a wonderful conversation today, and that is what Sunshine's Corner is all about. We touch every corner there is in the city. And we want you to remember this. When we put purpose, when they meet with power and conversation, creates change.
That's right.
That's a combination.
That's right.
We've got to go, but I want to leave it with you as I do every single day. Never, never, ever, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember this. As you keep God first, I'll guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow, for another day of sunshine, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Go out and tell somebody that you love them and really mean it. Mean it. I love you, Percy.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, love.
I can't wait to come back.
Until tomorrow, bye for now.
Thank you.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.